This episode of the Reppin' the Stateline podcast with John, George, and Josh is sponsored by the Brodo Rockstar Group at eXp Realty. The home buying process is stressful, especially when it's your first time. The Brodo Rockstar Group is committed to giving you a stress-free experience while guiding you through the process from getting approved for a loan to getting the keys on closing day. Let their team treat you like a rock star. To book an appointment or to search all available properties in the Stateline area, visit buywithbroda.com.
We're back.
We're back.
Wait a minute. All right.
What?
So this might be the first time I've actually listened to it.
I know.
Right? What? Halfway through it says, and if it's hard, everything's hard your first time.
No, that's not what she says.
Or
No.
something along those lines of, it's always hard the first time.
We know it's hard when you're buying your first home. That's what it is. Now, how his daughter read it, I have no clue.
I swear she said something about it being really hard the first time.
That's funny.
Well, that is so bad.
But we're back.
So bad.
We're
We're
back.
back.
We're
And
back.
everyone-
We have a special
everyone's
guest.
here too.
We're in studio this week.
We're all in studio.
I'm not
Everyone-
on a tablet sitting here on the desk.
Everyone made it back safe from Vegas except for myself.
Oh,
Because I didn't get to go to Vegas.
What a
So,
weekend. I cannot speak about what happened in Vegas. Just can't.
You
Well,
went.
you know what?
You literally went MIA for 84 hours.
Yes.
He did.
I-
He wouldn't respond. He did nothing.
I honestly don't remember much of the weekend.
I got a random text once in a while. With
You
a
got
picture.
random. I didn't get anything.
I got a random text with a picture once in a while.
I didn't get
Well,
nothing.
because we went by Hell's Kitchen, and I know that you.
I got the. Yeah, I'm leaving for the airport, and then I got the. Hey, I'm not going to make it to lunch on Tuesday. My daughter's sick. So
No,
Well,
I'm
she
like-
really was.
Well, I know she was, but like.
yes.
You texted me on Friday morning at like 7:30, heading to the airport,
so
and
let's-
then like
Let's just say Saturday. We landed at 6 p.m. Friday. We went to bed at 7 a.m. Saturday, the first night. It was such.
so that means you didn't do anything Saturday, and you went out on Sunday.
And no, we went out Saturday night till probably 4 a.m. And we went out Sunday night. And then I somehow made it on my flight. And I got home yesterday or 2 days ago. What day is it?
You seen the movie The Hangover?
Monday. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's what
Oh my
he had.
God. That's
the weekend he had.
exactly how the weekend went. It was crazy.
how much money did you come home with? Way more than you brought.
No, but $900. I didn't lose it all. I did well.
That's good. I, mean,
I went on some hot streaks. I won quite a bit on blackjack and craps. Oh my God.
That's what they call
The
it,
first
a hot
night-
streak at the Cheetah Club.
The first night we
hot
pl-
streaks.
The
Hot
first,
streaks at the
The
Cheetah Club.
there's no cheetah club in Vegas.
What color?
Sorry.
What
That's
color
why I
chips are
said
you?
it. I'm not going to say the
Yellowish
real
brown
club names. I don't want you getting in trouble.
No, we played craps on the first night from like 2 to 6 a.m. It was such a hot table. I lost about $1,000 immediately, and then I won it all back plus 700 on craps that first night. It was awesome. I love when you get a hot craps table.
I love hot craps.
Well, anybody? Yeah, another one. All right. Well, George, let's like segue into that. Let's talk about your business, Colby. No, why don't you
Colby.
introduce your guest for the show this week?
Yes, our guest this week is Colby Campbell, and he is the proud owner of 2 really hot businesses in town. One being Flow, and the other one being Dirty Dough Cookie, which is better
Now it
than
makes sense why you're wearing that T-shirt. Okay.
Dirty Dough. So tell us about. Well,
Well,
give you-
welcome
of all.
first.
Yes, but before we get into his business, we gotta recap what we did. Everybody knows what I did this last week, as we just talked about it. I went to Vegas. It was a great week, great weekend. John, you're back fresh from Vegas. What did you do over the weekend, though?
I hit the ground running. I had home inspection on Saturday morning at 9 a.m., which sucked after flying the red eye Thursday night. Getting in, I slept for like 3 hours when I got home, and then I had 3 showings that afternoon, and then so I just kept running the whole time.
Jeez.
But I do want to do Rockford Rides. Good friend of mine, Josh Bietel.
Yep.
He owns Rockford Rides. He had Amy pick us up at the airport. I mean, you need a black car service to go to the airport. They do it right. They got
Whoa.
a brand new.
I thought your son was picking you up.
Did they get a limo?
No, it was not a limo, but
Oh.
this is a brand new It's not the High Country Expedition. It was the other one that they do.
Oh.
One right under it.
Yeah.
But amazing vehicle. Amy's an awesome driver. I mean, the whole company, I can't say bad things about them. They're great people. But Josh,
sure. Josh
and
is
for
good.
full disclosure, Josh is a client of mine. I've helped him buy some property, done stuff like that. He felt bad because we were looking for that perfect property not too long ago, and we probably did 40 showings.
And nothing.
He refused to charge me for the ride. So I want to say thank you to Rockford Rides. You do take care of your people. A great experience, great ride home, and I did not have to worry. I got out. I texted what door I'm walking out of. 5 minutes later, they pulled up. We were heading home. So great experience with them.
Did you have champagne?
No, there was no champagne at 5:30 in the morning.
I mean,
I'm sure if I requested it, it would be there.
yeah, I would drink.
You know what I
5:30
mean?
in the morning.
Well, yeah,
Shit.
well, we know you're an alcoholic. So I just came off of like a week-long bender in Vegas at a convention and partying with my wife. And again, if you follow me on Facebook, all the pictures are up. Venisters did the last photo drop.
Oh, we remember last week's episode.
Yep. So
do we need-
you didn't see it. I was in full-blown. My wife and I went to the ice bar.
You know who Macklemore is?
Yeah.
I'm in.
That's what John
I'm in
looks
the
like.
fur coat. I have my black suit on, the fur coat. My wife has a white coat on. We're in the ice bar, sitting on a throne. It was like drinking whiskey. It was just amazing. So,
You pulling a picture up?
Yep, because we
of
can't.
course he is.
We can't.
for
we
the people
can't,
that don't listen to us regularly,
we can't not get enough.
it'll
of
be on the
this
screen. He's gonna put it on that main
picture. There it
screen.
is. There it is. John,
Ballin'.
Mr.
Ball.
Macklemore.
That's it.
Senior.
Hey, you guys are just jealous because I make that shit look good.
pull it off.
Yes, I cursed.
You're the reason why we're
I'm not
getting
the
our-
only reason.
our
you,
G rating.
You with all the innuendo all the time is the reason why we don't have a G rating.
Facts.
Fact.
It's PG-13 if you don't say the F bomb.
Oh.
Josh, why don't you? Let's go.
Well,
Let's go to our guest. Tell us about your weekend.
I went to
Indianapolis. That's right.
Yeah, I went to Colts game first time, and
Oh, nice.
that place is awesome. I don't know if you've been to
Lucas Oil.
Lucas
I have
Oil's.
not been there, but I know people who are diehard Colts fans, and they love that stadium. And
The town. I was blown away. Indianapolis is
Indianapolis,
and
is,
it's really
I've been
not.
to Indy.
It's really not that far away.
no 3.5, 4 hours.
Yeah.
you know, not too bad. Not a bad drive. Food there is phenomenal. We went to Harry and Izzy's. I don't know if you guys have heard of that.
I've not been there.
St. Elmo's is like the big steakhouse down there.
Okay.
And the original owners were Harry and Izzy, and they opened a restaurant right next door. So it kind of shares the kitchen. They got like a lot of the same stuff, and shrimp cocktail, and calamari
Nice.
to die for.
Who'd you go
Oh,
with?
awesome.
My girlfriend. Took my girlfriend. So first football experience for her. I'm a Titans fan, so it was not.
Yeah, they
best
play the
weekend.
Titans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Cool.
So-
That makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. But just remember the original Titans.
Remember.
Gonna bust your chops.
There we go.
The original Titans.
Well, yeah, the Jets were the Titans originally.
Really
We were the Titans of New York. Yes.
interesting. And let's go to Josh.
What did I do this weekend? It's not. If you don't remember it, then
Not memorable.
Not memorable. I mean, Mason had a football game. Oh, okay. I didn't remember it. So Saturday we have friends, the Rosados. Their daughter Mia turned 11, and what she wanted to do for her birthday was go to a haunted house. So I was like, all right, I'll take you. None of the women wanted to go. I said, I'll take you. So Mason had a football game in Genoa, Kingston that morning. We ended up going over to the Rosado's house that afternoon. We ate chili, watched college football all day. And then more people started coming over, and Mia was talking about going to a haunted house. So I'm like, all right, we'll go. And all the other little kids are like, I want to go. Are you sure? No, I want to go. I want to go. All right. So it ended up being me, John Rosado, the dad, 3 8-year-olds,
Oh boy.
an 11-year-old and a 10-year-old, right? And my rule was, if you get in the car, you're going.
Done.
You have no choice. It's either you stay here, which is fine. You can stay here, play, do whatever you want. You get in the car, you're going to the haunted house. Oh, we're fine. Boy, were they not fine.
Scarred for life.
So we're walking. It's at the Boone County Fairs. We're walking down to.
Oh wait, it's the haunted house at the Boone County Fairgrounds.
Yes.
What are you doing? Those are kids.
Yeah, Carnival of Carnage.
Yes, that's like the.
But they
oh my
also
goodness.
had, right, a witches festival going on
really.
Oh boy.
at the same time at the fairgrounds. So like we park and they opens at 7. We're like, why is there so many people here? It's 7:10. All right, so we like walk, get to the entrance. We're in this long line, stand there for 20 minutes, get up, and they're like, all right, we got 7 for the haunted house. Oh, this isn't the haunted house. This is the witches convention. There's people dressed up as witches, goblins. It looked like Halloween Town
That's
at
crazy.
this festival, right? And they're like, oh, it's down there. It's, oh, geez. So we walk down there and we buy our tickets, get in line. So we're standing there. The kids are kind of, yeah, you know what I mean? Fucking chainsaw comes out.
Drop the F-bomb. That's
And
the
we're
other-
pi- we're
and now
R
we're
now.
rated R.
Chainsaw comes out. And our kids just go, whoa.
We're out.
So we gather them all back up together. And then it's been.
That was
I
a
don't
pretty
know,
good impression of Chainsaw, though.
Another 20 minutes, right? Chainsaw guy comes back. And we have 2 boys that are like standing looking at us, like not paying attention. And he rips it. And literally, these 2 boys like take off.
Gone.
Like the fastest I've ever seen them run. And the chainsaw guy is chasing them at this point in time.
That's great.
And their football coaches now knows the motivation for next season.
Right?
Chainsaw.
One of them ends up in the porta potty, locking himself in the porta potty and would not come out.
Dang.
Finally got him out. We went through one of the boys. We walk in, and he's just hysterically crying. Just at this point, just losing it. I want to go home. I want to go home. The whole way.
This seems like actually it was a memorable weekend for you.
Yeah.
Originally, it was like, I don't even know what I
Like,
did.
like
Yeah.
traumatize some kids.
Oh yeah, Mason though, my son didn't cry once, and he started talking to the people as they jumped out at him.
That's
Like,
funny.
so is this a good gig? Do you get a 401k?
Pretty much,
Do you need car insurance?
he just started asking random questions all over
That's
the place.
funny.
But I have to give him props. It was $20 a person to get in, which I didn't think was too bad.
No.
The line took a while, but they allowed you to go at your own pace through the thing. And for all volunteers, because they all volunteer, and all the volunteers are the ones that go in and like set it up. They put all the boards up, do everything. It was really well done. There's one part that you go through, and it's pitch black. You can't see. I'm in the front, and I'm like running into things because I can't. As pitch black as it gets. And they had halfway through, you put on 3D goggles, 3D glasses, and everything is 3D and like jumps out at you. And they have like a vortex that spins around with like dots all over it, and you walk through it, and it feels like you're like walking sideways and stuff. It's pretty sweet. So all the kids made it through. One kid at one point in time goes, guys, I may or may not have just dribbled in my pants.
That's funny.
So there was that. It was a good time. And then Sunday we had baseball practice in the morning, and we just watched football all day long.
Yeah, it was a rough one for you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got 3 kids. It's always rough.
No.
That's not what he's talking about.
I'm talking about your cowgirls.
Oh, that.
They shit the bed again. Ooh.
Oh,
Back
dude,
to already.
everybody.
You have no room to talk.
Hey,
You guys have one win. You guys win
Our
one.
quarterback's better
You guys
than your
win
quarterback. One game in like
You guys
300
win
and how
one
many-
game,
354
and
days.
now you think you're the Taj Mahal of football.
hey. Facts. We'll see.
Facts.
We'll see.
He said facts.
We'll see. Here's a fact.
I would put.
how many touchdowns
I would
does Dak
put
Prescott have?
I would put my
That's a
left.
question.
How many touchdowns does Dak Prescott have? I mean, Justin Fields is 11. So I know it's not that high. But I don't know. 4, 5, 6?
The Cowboys would
Exactly.
destroy the Bears any day, any night, right now.
We'll see. We'll see.
They play?
We're just getting together. No. Not this year.
They played last year.
Yeah.
Who won that game?
The Cowboys.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look up a stat. out of the
Did
last,
the
out of the
Cowboys
last,
win the Super Bowl last year?
it
I don't
doesn't
remember.
Neither did the
Last
Bears.
time I think was 86. 6.
Oh, no, it was like 90s. They had a good team in the 90s.
Look up the stat. I bet you that the Cowboys have beat the Bears astronomically.
We'll look it up.
Look
I
it up.
don't want to do it right now
Look it
because we
up.
need to move on to the burgers.
Yeah.
Oh, we do.
Because they're gonna
we do
get-
have burgers.
they're gonna get warm.
They're
they're gonna
I hope
get cold.
I hope they stay warm. All right. So
I love the old school paper bag. I think I know that
So
doesn't.
this
probably-
is where you guys get to say, did John go to like a fast food place, or are these actually from a restaurant?
Well, I do love this has potential. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, I'm gonna let you guys. This is Smashburger. It's a double patty. All right, 2.5 ounce patties, smashed with cheese, ketchup, pickles, mustard, and onions on a butter toasted homemade bun. It's a homemade bun. They make them on site. I know this because I'm really good friends with the manager.
You don't like pickles?
Oh,
Not a
sorry.
pickle guy. No, you're good. I actually like the pickle taste. I don't know if you guys go to Chick-fil-A. I get it with pickles and then take the pickles off.
Because the pickle
'Cause I
taste
like the
is
juice.
amazing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like the juice, but I just don't like the
So you a
crunch of
are
a
you
pickle.
are you a pickleback guy?
Yeah, something like that.
We broke the cardinal rule. We all took a bite at the same time. We had silence.
That's all right.
That bun.
Now everybody knows our rules. We're just stealing it from Barstool. Thank you, El Presidente. 1 bite, 0 to 10, 10 being a perfect score. Nobody's gotten one. Just want to throw a little recap while you guys are chewing. So far this season, we've gotten the Grant Park Tavern, Buddy's Burgers, Baker Street Burgers, JC's, Detour, Arrow, and today's burgers are from the Firehouse up in my town of Roscoe. Just so you know, this is their smash burger. I'm feeding 4 guys double smash burgers and fries with a tip, $40 out the door. So I'm just letting you know. So it's
Wow.
not bad value.
I'm a huge White Castle guy, and this tastes like a White Castle burger.
Well, they smash it on a bed of onions when they cook. So I mean,
I will say, I'll go first.
yeah, let's go.
4
for it.
categories.
You go with
Toppings
your 4
are
categories while I eat some of this burger.
toppings are great. The meat is pretty well seasoned. Not a sauce, but the
Ketchup and
bun,
mustard.
best bun that we've had yet. So that being said, I want to say I'm usually in the upper 7s. I think 8's my highest.
8 is your highest. 7.9 is your second highest.
7.7.
George with a 7.7.
High marks.
Oh, you want to go, Josh? Or are you still just going to keep?
No,
shouting?
I think that's pretty accurate. I'm gonna go 7.72.
Whoa.
I think that's pretty accurate.
Man, if they put a killer sauce on there, this may be the one.
Like a aioli sauce or something.
Well, you know, aioli is just fancy mayo,
For Colby, who's new,
right?
there's 4 categories that make a perfect burger. The toppings, the how they season the meat, what sauce they put on it, and the bun. So far, the closest has been like raving on all 3 except for the bun for me, and that was my only 8. To get above an 8,
I mean, you got an 8, and that was Baker Street Burgers.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised you went that high.
wow. For me, to get in the 9s, you have to have all 4. And I've yet to have one.
Well, I'm going to throw out my rating on this. I eat this burger a lot. I live like 2 minutes from there. It is a go-to comfort food burger. You want a burger, but you don't want to go to McDonald's and get like sick. But you want that flavor, you want that feel, you want the fast food. I mean, even the fries.
Fries are good.
I mean, they're good fries. They're skinny fries. Just really cool stuff. So I'm giving this an 8-1 all day long. That's me. I'm on Do Not Disturb. Why is that ringing? Sorry. I had
You got
someone
one more?
trying to call me. And now, Colby, what do you got?
So I like the presentation, obviously. I think the bags, I really like that. I like the way the burger came out. Bun, huge fan of the bun. Obviously, I think I'd probably lose the toppings guy because I'm not a pickle fan. But I would say, I think what you said is true as well. This is something I could see myself going and grabbing. And, you know, good value, good burger. I'd go 7-9.
All right. Awesome.
What do you think the best burger in town is?
That's a great question. So again, I think it probably for me would come down to if we're talking like the best value burger or if we're talking like
Best
I
tasting.
can go anywhere and eat whatever I want. Because I like Baker Street too. I just found out about Baker Street not long ago, and I've gone there 2 or 3 times now, and I think those burgers are fantastic. But man, trying to think where else I've gone that really had good burgers. What's the beefaroo? I think you can't go wrong with beefaroo. Like, you know, for a fast food burger, I think that's
It's pretty good.
pretty daggum good. So
It's funny. Funny you say beefaroo. So a friend of mine, Beth Wagner Townsend, I saw on her Facebook. She was out of town, like totally other state for a conference, wearing her badge name, says Rockford, Illinois. And 5 minutes of being in there, somebody from somewhere totally else in the country walks up there and goes, Rockford, Illinois, beefaroo.
yep.
That's funny.
So, which they're actually franchising. They're going to start going all over the country soon. So, and I agree. For fast food, Beefaroo is one of the great places. I love Culver's for fast food. They have a
Culver's
great,
awesome.
they have a great burger.
I hate Culver's.
What? Why?
I'm a big Culver's fan, for sure.
Why?
It just makes me feel sick every time I eat it.
It is greasy.
And
You'll definitely know that.
And I have 3 kids, and a kids meal at Culver's is outrageously priced.
Yes.
It's like $13 for 2 chicken strips, fries, a drink, and the ice cream. Like the kids meal. It's like $13.
And I get that. I totally get that. I have the opposite. I eat McDonald's. That's how I feel. I feel sick after I eat that. It's just
So I buy
My
the
kids are
fries or
obsessed
the-
with Culver's.
I buy 3 of them, and I still have, I don't know, 5 chicken strips left. I just don't do it. I hate it.
All right.
Now,
Yeah.
let's move on. Talk a little bit about Colby, our special guest today. Colby, give us a little bit of history on what brought you to town and how Flow came about.
So, man, I worked for a company called Circus Tricks. So I don't know if you guys have heard of Sky Zone, Rock and Jump, Defy. They owned all those brands. So when I was working there, I'm about 10 years in now, the industry. And when I was working there, they were 4 stores. And so over the course of 7, 8 years while I was there, we grew up, acquired other companies, and ended up having over 300 stores. So it was the largest privately owned trampoline company in the world. Grew very, very quickly in a pretty short period of time. They got obviously some private equity funding, and company really, really exploded and blew up. And when I first came on, it was a college job. I was playing college football and came home, and my brother's like, "Hey man, you should go apply at this place. Like, just opened in town. You need to go and apply." So I started off kind of part-time and working, and noticed that I really liked it. I enjoyed, being around people, and it's kind of nice when you work in an industry where people come in and they're happy. You're giving an experience to somebody. So it was something that definitely like kind of drew me in, and then we kind of moved on from the early days of trampoline parks were like 15,000 square feet. So I say super small now, but compared to what I'm doing, with Rockford's 40,000 square feet, we've got another one in Huntsville, Alabama that's 54,000 square feet. So they're big facilities. We've added mini putt-putt golf down there, and we've got a number of different things that we've kind of grown into. But so anyway, when I was working at Circus Tricks, I kind of grew into some different roles, and the one that really kind of made Flow happen was we called it a zipper. So what I would do is I would go 2 weeks out before we would open a new store, and I would train the GM, hire the staff, make sure that the park was ready, launch the store, and then I would leave. And so I did that for probably 20 or 25 stores, and really cool. I got to go to Scotland and all over the country and open parks, and really enjoyed it. And that's what really kind of drove me into starting my own thing. So Flow came about honestly, probably about in 2017. I really got serious about, okay, I need to go raise some money, and I want to go do this on my own. I'm ready to kind of blossom and grow and see what happens. And got introduced to some guys out of Salt Lake, and sat down and went and kind of did the lay of the land, and honestly have some really, really great business partners. So the guys I'm with out of Salt Lake, they do a ton of market research for a number of companies. They've done stuff for Home Depot and Starbucks and a number of companies where they've kind of done market research, and they kind of did this analysis around the country, and we settled on Rockford. It was one of those markets where there wasn't really in our estimation, a true competitor in town, but there's a ton of people here, and there was a need for something to do. So it also kind of worked out. My mom's from Aurora, and she lived in St. Charles, and so I've had family all up here. My grandmother lived on Crystal Lake for a while, so we came up here all the time as kids, and I was always familiar with the area. And they're like, "What do you think of Rockford, Illinois? Would you go there and start this and do it?" And the rest is history. So 2020 we came up, opened January 10th, and I think you guys know what happened that same year.
Yes, we do.
So,
Jeez.
that was not a fun year for me. 3 great months. We were blown away by the support from the community 3 months in, and then it was like, bam, lights are off. And, unfortunately for a lot of people, we were one of those industries that got really, really hammered hard. We were down for 9 months, and unfortunately a landlord doesn't
Forgiving.
really care. Yeah, they don't really care that you're not making any money. And then also, with like the the ERC loans and the employee retention stuff, they were using information from the previous year. Well,
It didn't exist.
there was no previous year for us, so it was like the worst case scenario happened for us at that point in time. And anyway, we navigated it, we got through it, and then we had a great couple of years following it, and then opened the one in Huntsville, and it's been great. So now we got Dirty Dough, and moving.
Is there a talks of a third location?
There is. Next year sometime we're looking. We've got a couple markets in mind. We'll see where that kind of.
Are you going to stay in Rockford though? Is this your home?
I'm not sure. I don't know what that'll look like.
Did you meet your girlfriend here?
Met my girlfriend here. She's from Naperville. She's moved to Rockford since, so she's working at Cadillac now.
Nice.
And she likes it. We like it. We're happy here. It's not that we're not wanting to be here, but if there's an opportunity somewhere closer,
I think we need to talk to Melissa to keep you here. She needs to reverse course on her not dropping.
Well, the whole thing with that, though, what Rockford is one of those areas, we've said this millions of times, where you're so centrally located. Yep. It's an affordable place to live. You get good value for your housing.
Absolutely.
You're 90 minutes to downtown Chicago, an hour and 15 to downtown Milwaukee, an hour to Madison. You're 2 hours to Dubuque, so you're right in the center of it all. I know people that head down to Nashville every other weekend. They just drive down to Nashville from here, just for getaways. So it's just a great central location, and then there's so much to do.
And it's not. I couldn't. And it's not as congested and ridiculous as Chicago.
Like
I think it's like the perfect pace.
My father-in-law is in Bolingbrook. My wife grew up in Downers Grove, so I know like those suburb areas.
Yeah.
You were saying Crystal Lake. That's where my wife's mother's side of the family is all that. Mm-hmm. I'm in Crystal Lake like twice a week. It's nuts. It is definitely more congested as you start heading east. And I did 20 years working downtown Chicago, so it is very relaxed. The biggest small town you'll ever see.
So to highlight exactly what flow is, so almost everybody in town should know what flow is. But
I didn't, but my youngest is 18.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Just in case, just give us a couple lines on Dirty Dough and flow.
Yeah, so Flow is obviously indoor trampoline park. We do birthday parties. We've got American Ninja Warrior courses. We've got Olympic trampolines in the back, so wall running, Euros, all that stuff. We've got a giant airbag that people will jump off of trampolines on, or off of a balcony, kind of like a little launch pad onto that. We've got open jump trampolines. We've got basketball courts, and the thing that's I think really unique about Flow, and that we've really tried to do, and I think a lot of this I take away from my time with Circus Tricks, was we're not really stagnant. So we want to always kind of be adapting and doing things. So I think, one of the things you'll see happen here, and we've already done one where we built a little kind of a tailgate spot in the back where we've got pool tables now, ping pong. We've got some TVs set up back there. We've got kind of a sports theme. There's, Michael Jordan, Fred VanVleet. We got all kinds of those fat heads on the walls and all that stuff. So we always want to kind of be adapting. And, we've got plans to do some renovations and add some new stuff here in the near future. So
Awesome.
Nice.
And you guys added Dirty Dough.
Added Dirty Dough cookies. So yeah, we wanted to have more value in our cafe, and I think it pairs with our birthday parties. And I mean, who doesn't like cookies? So
Yeah, those cookies are unreal.
And now to taste some cookies.
And in my
wait.
opinion, in my
Miss
opinion,
those.
in my opinion, Dirty Dough's better than Crumble. I'm not a big fan of Crumble cookie. I've tried it, but he brought some cookies once over across the street, and they're legit.
I'll
I've
bring some too
yet
for
to
you.
have it.
Next
Oh.
time you guys are here doing this, I'll bring you some. You guys can taste them on the show and
There you go.
do your thing.
For sure.
Give me a rating too. I want to see a.
Cookie rating?
We will do a cookie rating.
Hey, the press has done a cookie rating.
So yes, he has.
Yes.
Yeah. He also did. What was the other rating he did the other day? Where he just saw a long donut. Did you see that one? Mm-mm. Yeah, he saw long lines waiting for these donuts, and he's like, "I gotta. What is this about?"
Gotta figure this out.
Yeah, and he ate one, and he basically almost like mumbled through because he was just like, "Oh my god, this is so good."
Such a good donut.
This is as good as it gets. I think this is the best donut I've ever had. It was pretty funny.
So, how does your business? How do I ask this question? How is it since Urban Air has opened?
So we definitely, obviously, notice an impact when a competitor comes in. Obviously, I think in the
Because you lost a competitor
we lost a competitor, so
and then gained one.
yep. And I think it's been what we expected. We have had Urban Airs come in the past. Again, like I said, my track record with being in this industry and managing and overseeing and operating stores, we have people come in all the time. It's normal. So I'm very how do I say this? Aware of obstacles that a franchisee can kind of bring to the table. But I'll say this: managing trampoline parks is a lot, and I'm sure in Rockford you can imagine it's a challenge. It's difficult. This is a very unique market where I think when something new comes, people just go crazy for it, and we noticed that when we opened Flow, and I think Urban Air had people come in early on, and I think they got to feel that as well, what it's like when you open something new. People are going to try it. And I think as that's happened, we've noticed here over the last couple of months, we're picking back up
Very small.
very small, and they do things different than us. Honestly, it's like even with the Crumble comparison, I have people all the time, they're like, well, it kind of seems like it's like baiting me to like throw them under or say something bad about them. It's like, I know the guys at Urban Air very well. They offered me a job when I was leaving to come on and work for them and do things. And I don't believe in the franchise model. I don't believe in memberships. I don't think it's a good fit.
So we went. My kids wanted to go, so we went. And honestly, they preferred Flow over it. Yeah, Urban Air has a lot of different things, but it's not geared. A lot of it is like weirdly sectioned. So like you have like little kids area, but then like there's other stuff there like only big kids or older kids can do.
And a lot of times what's happening there right now is
And it's all a la carte.
Yep.
That's all. It's either you have the membership or like the base, you only get like a small little jump area. And then to do some other stuff, it's all a la carte from
Gotcha.
there and what you want to
What
add.
tier?
Yeah.
Well, and I know just a little bit about like your type of business with insurance and all the other stuff that goes with it. My wife is a gymnastics coach, so she's been doing that like 15 years over at Kid Spot. And it's like just the amount of insurance the owners have to have just for the 2 trampolines, for the instruction, for their teams on top of that. And you got this like on steroids.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like, it's from like their small birthday party area. You guys have how many square foot facility?
40,000.
40,000 square feet. Yeah. It's like,
Yeah, it's huge.
that's nuts.
Yeah.
But on the same note, I'm sure it's worth taking that risk, and you have all safety precautions in place and stuff.
Absolutely.
For kids.
And here's the thing I'll say too. One of the biggest priorities for me, I've been in stores where they have a lot of injuries happen and they had a lot of problems. And you dig into, okay, why is this happening? Why are people getting hurt here? And what typically happens is a lot of times people buy equipment that comes over from China, and it's not very well made. They have no patents on it. There's no, there's not really there's a governing body and there's an industry standard, but the bar is very, very low for what they allow people to do. And some of the franchises that we were involved with when we acquired Sky Zone and Rock and Jump, the equipment was not good equipment. And I knew why we were having issues. I knew why people were getting hurt. And so the biggest thing with Flow is we use Shock, and they are patented. They are the safest in the industry. They get the best insurance rates for you because their product is legit. I mean, here's how we differ from most people. And Shock kind of explains what it is. But when you jump on our pads and our frames, we have a suspension system in it where it gives and it comes down. Where you go to a normal park and you're jumping and you hit a pad and you think, oh, this pad's soft. Well, you're hitting a metal beam that it's not moving. So that's when you see ankles and feet and knees start to buckle. So we don't have that issue. I mean, it's been, knock on wood, but it's been really, really nice at Flow in both of our locations. Me and my brother are very experienced in operating these, and we've talked and said, dude, I'm not having injuries. It's not happening. Like, I used to see this happen very often. I'd see people getting injured, and it's not been something that we've
encountered.
Experienced. And so it was
knock
worth the
on wood,
money.
yeah.
It was worth the money. We spent more money on the equipment. It's definitely pricier, and up front, that's a big expense, but it's been worth every penny.
But the money you save on insurance, the money you save on liability, the money you save on litigation, because even though they sign a waiver, people still litigate after they get hurt somewhere. So it's worth that upfront cost and going that extra mile.
And the peace of mind. I mean, listen, I always say this too. If you're in an industry like this, the day you stop, getting, for me, I get sick to my stomach if I find out someone gets hurt. I mean, it makes me just feel sick. The day that you kind of just are like, oh, what happens here? It's okay. That's when you need to go. You got to get out of something like that.
And that's why Adventureland in New Jersey went out of business. If you've seen that documentary back in when I was a kid in the 80s and 90s, it was every kid for themselves, no supervision, go-karts doing 90 miles an hour with no helmets, crazy stuff. And they went out of business because of all the injuries.
Yep. Lawsuits will catch up to you.
Yeah,
the
eventually,
side
for sure.
will catch up to you.
So am I going to go break out over there?
Yep, here we go. Look what's finished, Josh.
Josh, move.
Look what's done.
I got to take my headset off. Give me a second to move
my
here.
liquor cabinet, my high-end bourbon bar.
Should I bring the whole tray over?
No, just bring over the bottle.
Throw the bottle at you?
We'll crack it open. So, yes, everybody knows we've talked about it all season long. How I've been after a bottle of Pappy, and here is my first score.
George gets Pappy, and now she says she won't drop any more.
Yeah, what the heck?
George has ruined it for all of us.
George
just
it for
ruined the
everybody.
connection for all of us. I've been going regularly, religiously. Have not gotten a bottle yet if you're listening over there.
But the thing is,
But see, I'm not looking to buy to resell. And I think that's what happens.
that's
is
what I
people
think.
that are doing, they buy them and then she sees it on Facebook an hour later.
Yep.
And
they ruin it because
it's consumption.
If Melissa from Woodman's is watching or ever watches this episode, every bottle I buy is in there and I'm drinking them. Look, I just broke the seal on the one bottle of Pappy that I got from you.
You know what? I always joked with her too that I think one way you could solve this problem is when you finally get a bottle like that, you should open it right there in the store.
In the store.
We should all pour a glass.
I
Whoever's
agree.
there in line, let's do it.
I
Take it
actually wanted, and I forgot to do it. So I told Tin, our friend Tin, that when the first bottle that I got, I was gonna cause a scene and have her sign the bottle for me. Be like, I finally got it, but I forgot to do it because I was just so overwhelmed with.
You had to go home and change your pants.
You know that feeling though when you're in there in line and you're shaking almost.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
I'm
you're
getting
shaking.
I'm getting it.
Well, that's exactly the
Can
feeling.
you imagine if the
but
two
there was
people
two
in front
people
of
in
you?
front of me, and there was two people in
They
front of
do.
me, and I'm like, God, please, there's only one bottle. Please don't. And then the first person goes cigarettes. I'm like, yes. But then that was a lady, so I was like, I don't think she's gonna get it. Then the guy goes there and he's looking at liquor and he's pointing. I'm like, fuck. There it is. It's done. He's pointing at the bottle. She comes back with a bottle of vodka. I'm like, yes, I got one. I literally put my arms up like this and I said, finally. All right, here we go.
So I have a cool story too. So the day, I've got a King of Kentucky that I got. I think it might have probably been.
Here, I'll let you do the pouring. You're a guest.
I think it might have been the only King of Kentucky that I've ever seen go out of that store. And so I feel like I had some good karma that day. I went in the morning and they had Antique 107 Weller. And I had just gotten one.
Just a little pour. We don't want to, this is expensive. We just want to taste.
So anyway, I had gone in, I saw they had Antique 107 and it's one that I enjoy. And so I was getting ready to get it, and this guy in line behind me looks at me and he says, "Is that the last 107?" And I said, "Oh, I think so." And he goes, "Man, that's my favorite bottle."
You jerk.
So I looked back at him and I said, "You know what? You can have the bottle. It's okay. I've got another one at home." So I left and I came back an hour later, Pappy 15, King of Kentucky in there. And I was like, this is the bourbon gods. They have rewarded me for this. So I got a King of Kentucky and quickly cracked that one open. So
Yeah,
that was awesome.
King of Kentucky is amazing. So this is a 10-year aged Pappy Van Winkle. It's referred to as Old Rip, is the nickname.
We'll show the label, not the back.
Yep.
There you go.
And honestly, this is one of the coolest bottles I think that they have of
Yes.
the Pappy line, the Lot B's, and
Yes, it is. It's very awesome.
Come on in. We got guests. More guests coming.
I have a new guest in my house, and he's shy, but he should come. You should come say hi to the group. No. Oh, what is? Ooh, what is that? 4 grand. Oh, that's the one that you traded.
yep.
I remember this one. That's
This is a special one.
a
You guys wanna do two?
special bottle.
You guys want to do 2 pours?
Sure, if you're willing.
You guys up for that?
Oh, yeah.
If you're willing. All right, let's first sample this one.
Wait, we learned the proper way, remember?
You got to swish it in your mouth.
With our sitting sipping episode with Tony Corbin.
No, I got to do a special mention there. Thanks.
Oh man,
Product placement.
that is amazing. That's the hardest one to get, isn't it?
It's definitely one of the hardest ones to get. So all of their high-end line, they've actually discontinued. The only one that they will be making more potentially of is the 4 grain. But like the cured oak, seasoned wood, those ones are gone. Warehouse C.
Wow, 4 grain is one of the best. So what do you guys think?
I've never seen it before.
Pappy.
That was exciting. Let's do it.
It was good. Very good.
Ooh, that's good. So this is retail, what, $700-800 a bottle? Or not retail, secondary.
Yeah, 725.
Yeah, this is like a $700-800 bottle in secondary market, and it was $105 from retail. The other one I got is this is a 10-year. Then I have the 12-year. What's the nickname for the 12-year?
Lot B.
La P. And that one is 129, I think it was. 129, and that one's more like $1,000 bottle.
Yep.
And then
$800-900 probably.
yeah. And then the 15 is the only one I'm missing. That is the Holy Grail. That's like the $1,500-1,600 bottle. I mean, you'll see it advertised for $2 grand, but you can get one for $1,500-1,600 on a secondary. That is so Taylor is Weller is the one. So Weller is made in the same barrels as Pappy. Is that correct?
Correct. Yep.
And so when it's aged and they're getting ready to bottle it, depending on the quality, it will depend on where it goes.
Yep. So Lot B, which is the 12-year Pappy Van Winkle,
Yep.
and Weller 12 are the same juice. So it's the same juice, the same bottled in the same way. And what happens is the first dib, when they taste the barrel, Lot B is the first choice. So whichever one they like the most, that becomes Lot B. Weller 12 becomes the other one. So they're aged the same age statement, same mash bill, same barrel. So it's always interesting, when you're drinking Weller 12, it's like
You're drinking
tastes a lot
Pappy.
like Lot B.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Just a slight variation, and that's all it
Temperature,
is.
where they're stored in the warehouse, what kind of sunlight they get. So there's a lot of
this is
different
so
things
good.
that will shape and change a barrel. But it's interesting, like with bourbon, one thing I've really realized is people really kind of go crazy over Pappy. You hear the name Pappy Van Winkle, you're like, oh, I know what that is. Like that's good
that's
bourbon.
the Rolls Royce of bourbon.
Right, but see, that's the thing. Like, I'm grateful for the experience.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's got a little burn. Now, other bourbons, though, I think I would rather sip more often.
Definitely.
Oh, 100%.
Because this has a bit of a burn to it. It's
Yeah,
got
because
a
it's
bit-
107 proof.
I get that, and it's not going to be the one you're going to sit there and just pound back drinks with your
No.
buddies.
This is one that you do for special occasions.
Yeah, it's a special pour.
Yeah, so feel special because I cracked it open
I
with you
am
boys.
special, you know that.
But I think there's like this mystique with Pappy too, where I think what ends up happening a lot of times is, and I remember the first time I opened mine, it was like, this is going to be the best bourbon I've ever tasted in my life. Like it has to be, it's Pappy.
Because it's Pappy, right?
And I felt a little disappointed. And then I thought about it. And I said, you know what? This is actually great bourbon. The issue is, in my mind, I'm like, this is like $1,000
You hyped it up.
bottle. I
You hyped it up.
You hyped it
So
up.
it'll never live up to that
No,
hype for you.
It's like your first time, right?
Yeah, exactly. Rated R.
good
We just
shit.
brought that back full circle.
Oh, that's good. It never lives up to, yeah. Oh, man.
But it's an excellent bourbon. I mean,
Yes.
like you can't say that's
No,
great,
it's
bourbon.
great. It's absolutely great. So there you go. You've officially had Pappy. You've officially had Pappy. This isn't my first Pappy, but I officially own Pappy now. And I'm really,
Thank God.
I am blessed. Thank God. Yeah, that's all I talked about with these
All
guys.
he's been talking about is Pappy,
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 Pappy.
Every time
Pappy,
he'd go to
Pappy.
Woodman's and they didn't have Pappy, we knew he did not get Pappy.
He sounded like Eeyore from Bringing Winnie the Pooh. Oh, guys.
Oh, I didn't get it. All right. Oh, we're going to open up the. Oh, I'm excited for this one.
Oh man, fries
This is our-
fries go really well.
They
With
do.
Pappy.
Pappy and these fries from the Firehouse. So, Lori, you need to have Pappy
Did you
on the
guys,
shelf.
are you guys gonna
at
say
the
who
Firehouse.
dropped off the random bottle?
Oh, that was Tin. Tin owns.
We literally just
We-
talked about him.
Yes,
Yeah.
we need to have Tin on an episode too.
I don't know why he didn't just come in.
I know. Like, what the hell?
He was a little
So-
shy.
He's a little shy. Tin owns Gloss Nail Bar.
But didn't he
He also owns
work-
Laurel and Ash, the salon, over on off of what is that, Spring Creek?
Spring Creek, yep.
And what else does he own? Is that it right now?
He owns a few of them.
Yeah, a few nail salons. And does
He's
he own one
also
off of Riverside?
Very big bourbon collector now.
Yes. I have never seen. It was
Oh
fun.
my.
Oh damn! I've never seen a collection of bourbon like his. We went
He
over there.
helped me acquire this too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Tony, we're gonna say it again. Tony Torby, though, he had an immaculate
Amazing collection. yes.
collection of bourbon.
Yes, he does.
Like it's when he lived up here in town, you go into his basement bar and it was, I mean, you name it.
One of my best experiences, although we pulled the house off the market, he rented it for the year. I mean, and I get it. If you're going to get handed that much cash to rent a house, go for it. But his bar, I'd go there for pictures, photography, and he's pulling out with bourbon.
Yeah. His collection. Well, we did our first sit and sip
Sit and sip.
was bourbon with him.
Yes.
Do you remember what bourbons he had? I know he had Blanton's.
He had Blanton's and he
Weller?
had 3 different Wellers.
Wellers. Yep, he had 3 Wellers, Blanton's.
Well, here, let me go back to our notes.
I don't. Oh, yeah, you've got all the notes.
And that wasn't even like his highest end
no,
stuff.
he
That was
just brought us a sample.
I think I'd
that
like to see a
episode.
Tony bourbon off because I got another Tony in town that
And
has
also,
probably $250,000 in bourbon.
That's how
Holy
much.
cow.
That's how much Tony
Yeah,
had.
so it'd be nice to see.
well,
how
Tony
they
no
compare.
longer lives in Rockford. He,
Yeah.
he still owns a house here, but he lives in Kentucky now.
I don't have the notes for. I don't go back to season 1.
I actually, well,
We had 5 bourbons lined up.
I'll go back.
And he has like mini shot glass tasting glasses that all say Torby Financial on them.
Yeah.
Like, the
That's
whole
awesome.
9 yards. We had like a tray out. We'd pour them. What were we eating? Pizza with them, or was that tacos that time?
No, it was bourbon and
Pizza.
Pizza.
Bourbon
Yeah,
pizza.
it was our first sit and sip episode. So while we look for the second pour, let's start talking about what's happening this
So I'm
weekend.
assuming Tin knew you were here recording,
Yeah,
and you just
Popped in.
he literally got this today.
Yeah,
Just came in today.
he just dropped it off.
So a few things I've got
Here,
going
you do the
on.
pour. I don't want to.
This-
I don't want to be
yes,
responsible.
I'm
for
not
pouring too
responsible for
much.
the pour. You pour.
This is nicer than my Pappy.
We'll go slow.
There you
slow.
go.
So
He's gonna say
This
we're
is-
going slow, and next thing you know, it's 6:00, and we're over here drooling and still on the same podcast.
this is the weekend of live music all around like the state line. I'm just letting you guys know. But Friday night, Poison Ivy actually has Paul Heiser. He's performing. He's an acoustic artist that does music from the 50s to the 60s. He's award winning. He has some CDs. He's traveled all over. He's been on some of the big shows. So he's kind of like a celebrity of sorts, I guess. And he's going to be at Poison Ivy. One other thing I got going though is you want to see a superstar of music at the Coronado on Saturday night, Patti LaBelle.
Ooh,
Patti
Well,
LaBelle is in
I've
town.
got the answer. It was. Sorry to cut you off. Patti LaBelle was in town. Here's the lineup that we had. We had Blends, Weller. It looks like that is Weller
Special reserve.
Special Reserve.
Yeah.
107, the 12, and Full Proof. So 4 Wellers. 4 Wellers and a Blanton. That was a good
that's a
tasting.
solid
That's a
tasting.
great tasting.
Yeah. And I think we all
Election
liked.
guys.
I think if I remember correctly, we all loved the Weller 12 the most.
The Weller 12
even
was our
though
favorite.
it wasn't the most expensive. I'd say the Full Proof's the most expensive in that lineup. Or is the 107? No.
No, for me it was the Weller 12. I know that
Yeah,
for a fact.
100%. And
Which is the
The same as the Pappy
Pappy 12.
12
Loppy.
Lappy.
Lappy. Is it Loppy or
Lot.
Lot.
T. Lot B.
Lot B.
Lot B.
I thought he was talking French there for a minute. Like
Yeah,
Lot
me
B.
too.
Hey,
oui, oui.
oui, oui. There we go.
All right,
Lot,
So we got
Lot
Patty.
B.
So Lot B, yes, but it should be like Lot A if they're taking the first pour. But
Ooh, here we go. This is what's the
This is Colonel E.H. Taylor's 4 grain.
4 grain.
And it's been discontinued, but there's talks that this one might come back. But I don't know.
So
Oh,
this is now
That's
our new favorite
good.
guest of all time because he brought a discontinued bottle and then he
That's
opened it to
impossible to
share
get.
with us. And
He
he
literally-
never get it again.
He just got it. It was hand
what did you trade?
delivered.
What did you trade for?
I traded that bad boy right there and $300.
Oh, the
Old rip.
The
Rip.
old rip.
wow.
There's no
And I
cook,
did
there's
good on
no
that trade.
cookie. There's no cookies in that deal.
No cookies.
Now, see,
I feel like every deal you have to do, you have to say you get a cookie with it.
I'd send them cookies.
and
that's what they
I'm
want.
just saying right now, like I
This is
drink,
much
I drink
smoother.
minimal bourbon.
Yeah.
I don't know this.
Yeah.
It's not like Pappy or Blanton's and everybody's always blasting the same stuff, which I think some of it is a lot of hype for the whiskeys. I'm just being honest with who I am. I'm 50 years old. That's how it is. I don't know this, so I'm going to be giving this a try and just give it like, I don't know the hype. I don't know how great this is supposed to be. All I know now is that you went from a old rip bottle and 300 cash was the trade for this bottle. So that's telling me it's a more elevated, more desired bottle.
correct because it's
But-
discontinued.
Yep.
That's it becomes
Right off the
more
bat,
valid.
though, I like the aroma that's coming off of that.
There you go. This one's nice.
There was no burn down your throat. It
How many-
tingled your tongue a little bit.
Yeah, it's
So everything from them will be 100, and that's my
favorite.
my favorite proof point.
That's when it's bonded. Bonded by bourbon.
Yep.
Or bonded bourbon is 100 proof. Minimum 100 proof. There's like qualification. We looked it up.
Yep.
It was like you have to have 100 proof. It has to come from a single barrel.
Yep.
I think there's 4
At
different,
least 4 years.
at least 4 years aged, and there's something else.
Well, I will tell you right now, that's good.
That is really good. That is smooth. That
was
is
good.
smooth.
Thank
We
you for sharing
just
that.
did a
That was a
commercial
great
for.
experience.
We just did a commercial for Woodman's. If you want to go, and if you're listening to this and you go buy bourbon at Woodman's, say hi. Ask for Melissa and say that George said hi. And
sent
Colby
you.
and Colby, we said hi. We said hi, and we are more than thankful for.
I take it she knows you when you walk in now.
Yes, she knows all of us. But and I really, 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 really hope that that I'm not the problem. I don't think I am, considering I was gone all weekend and I literally scored my 1 bottle of Pappy and I've been happy. I'm not like I went today to see if she can put a 15 out because I don't have one. But outside of that, like if once I get a 15, I'm good. I'll just go in, once, twice a week and see if there's something there that I don't have. I don't need to. I just want the whole line.
All right, now if she's not putting the very expensive bottles out, what would be another good bottle that she might do the price drop on that would go? Like if somebody's a novice at bourbon, something that's good, a good sipper, something that they want,
Anything Weller,
anything Weller.
anything Blanton,
Okay.
those come out. Stag, anything Stag, anything Taylor. You can't go wrong with any of those 4.
You
Doesn't
can
it-
compare Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace is a great starting point. When I first got into bourbon, it was Buffalo Trace. I mean, it's a $25 bottle, and you can regularly find Buffalo Trace. So if it's something where you want something that drinks a lot higher than its price point,
Right.
that's the one.
Well, I know Buffalo Trace.
I got a gallon.
I'm drinking a bottle of Elijah Craig right now at home. That's the last one we just got. 'Cause
Oh,
we gave those
I love
away for the
Elijah
golf.
Craig.
We gave that away for the golf
Golf
outing
prize.
that we
Yeah.
did. And George was
Elijah
like,
Craig's excellent.
"Hey, we got the Elijah Craig, and it comes with a
Ball
ball
mark.
marker." And I was like, "Well, get me a bottle as well, then." You know, what I mean, because I'm using the ball.
That was
marker
a
now
good
when I'm
deal.
playing,
Yeah.
and I tapped into that, and I'm happy to say I'm like halfway through that bottle already. I just got back on Friday, so I don't know.
So doesn't Woodman's do a Christmas bourbon drive?
Yes.
Where you sign up and if your name gets drawn, you get to go pick whatever's left. It's like first come first serve. So if your name gets picked first, you get to pick whatever bottle you want, and it goes down from there on out.
There's another drive coming this
But
weekend.
it's also you can sign up at every Woodman's. So there's like
So here's a
Woodman
good
Tea,
test.
like
I'll talk about
Janesville.
it because this will air Friday, and it's this Friday, right?
Saturday.
Or Saturday night?
Saturday morning.
Yeah, so Friday night.
Friday night's when they drop the Facebook thing.
Yes. So this weekend at Everett's, we're gonna get in line like 3 a.m, Saturday morning, and
Everett's up by me in South Beloit.
yes,
Okay,
So John, you
And-
want to get in line at midnight?
we could.
no, we're gonna.
Well, I could camp out there for midnight and then just sell him my spot.
So they're doing a closeout. Like they're putting it all out. They have some stuff that
It's
thousands of
vintage
dollars.
bottles. Yeah, vintage bottles.
Like
2006 SAS 18.
Yep, SAS 18.
They've got a another one of these E.H. Taylor discontinued ones called Cured Oak, which
Yes.
is like $6,100 secondary. Right
Yes.
now. They've got a ton of vintage Wellers, so the old
All
Weller
the
bottles are coming out. Store picks.
Are they going out of
foolproof, and-
sale or something?
So they sold.
They sold their business, so they're liquidating on this Friday night or Saturday morning, and it's a dice roll. So when you go online, they're going to put out bottles. You roll it, and you buy whatever you roll.
Which I went last year, and it is a very, very cool time, good experience. I think.
Yes.
The cool part is, if you roll and you don't like what you rolled, you can go get back in line. Now the downside to that is last year the line was probably 500-600 deep, and you might be waiting 2 or 3 hours to roll again. So you got to get there early.
So how do you? All right. So you roll dice, right?
So you got 6 bottles that are put on a table in front of you. You get a dice. Whatever you roll, you have the opportunity to purchase. Now these are higher end bourbons, obviously at this point. So last year I got a Hancock President's Reserve, good bottle. I mean, definitely nothing that I was upset about. But when you're watching people right around you get Pappy 23 and some of the BTAC options, you're like,
BTAC is the next big thing. That's another one that we have not seen yet.
it hasn't dropped.
Hasn't dropped yet. So BTAG is Bourbon Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. And it's all of their... So Buffalo Trace makes a lot of these, including the Weller, the Taylor,
Elmer T. Lee.
Elmer T. Lee. So they make them, and they have an antique collection bottles that are very sought after.
If you haven't done it, you should go. Buffalo Trace was. I did the Bourbon Trail for Father's Day with my dad this year. And
Oh, wow.
it was the best trip I've done. I mean, bar none, it was awesome. I mean, just going to. We went to Maker's Mark. I went to Wild Turkey. We did a number of them, and Buffalo Trace takes the bar up like a ton. I mean, it was an unbelievable experience. The gift shop in there is like I'm a kid in a candy store in there. Like I could unload my bank account in that store and it would be gone. So you gotta be careful with that. But it's cool because every day there they do a bourbon drop. So one day you'll go in and it's Blanton's. The next day it's Weller Special Reserve. The next day it's Eagle Rare. The next day it's small batch. But you don't know what it's going to be. So people have made these Facebook pages now where it says what's dropping today, and now they've got a prediction calculator that calculates the percentages of
What's coming out the next day.
66% chance it's Eagle Rare tomorrow. And so
That is probably the... If I were to say... I totally forgot about that. If you had to pick one that's very inexpensive, Eagle Rare.
Excellent.
One of the best drinkers,
$35.
$35, and it is up there
Yep.
in terms of quality. I could drink that
There's
every day.
high-end bourbon people.
Yes.
They have the ability to try all this stuff, and they will take Eagle Rare.
Yeah.
Take Eagle Rare.
I'll take Jim Beam Red Stag
There you go.
and drink it by the bottle.
There you go.
Very good choice.
Very good choice.
But anyway, Buffalo Trace's facility and the way that they go about their operation, it honestly reminds me a lot. If you've ever been to Augusta, they have a little lunch shop that you can go over to, and the food, they've got barbecue and they've got burgers, hot dog, all this, and then the food is so good. You're literally sitting there I'm surprised I'm eating this kind of food at a distillery.
Oh.
So the food surprises you, and the tour we went on was the most amazing tour. The guy who did who led our tour guide was been doing it for 3 or 4 different years, and he said, graduated from Samford University in Birmingham, and he was I'm man, what are you gonna do? And he's like, man, they treat you really well here, and every 90 days the employees get to purchase a bottle of a Buffalo Trace product. So every 90 days, he's like, I'm getting Weller single barrels. I'm getting Pappy. I've gotten all these other things. So
Wow.
they take really good care of their employees, and they are super knowledgeable. I mean, the history behind Buffalo Trace is unbelievable.
Sure.
When you see the facility and all the different brands and everything they've created there, it's, you understand.
Now I know what I need to do next time I'm down there.
That's it.
Go visit Buffalo Trace.
Wow, I see a road trip.
Yeah. Ooh, that'd be fun.
And then while we're down there, we could stop into, there's a small distillery right in town that I actually did a tour of last time I was down in Lexington. I'm not, is it Lexington?
Nashville?
No, not Nashville. I always get the two mixed up, the two Kentuckys. Louisville. Yeah, I was in Lexington, not Louisville. It's called Bluegrass Distillers. And for a little distillery right downtown, the barrel room, everything's there. They're making it. Bottled my own bourbon, brought it back home to me. Really good, loved it. Just so you could find little gems like that too down there, where they're not the big boys. They're more like the little place. Like you go up to New Claris right now, Bailey's Run, the winery I like. They just opened Whiskey Run. They're making their own whiskeys up there. They're barreling their own stuff.
Interesting.
They've been
Have you done
doing it for a while?
Palm Brothers?
No, not yet.
That's another excellent.
I've had their product. I've had their product because they partnered with Galena Winery.
Yeah.
And you could get their cocktails and get their drinks at their new facility right on Main Street.
Huh.
But I haven't been through Plum Brothers because I drink this. My wife drinks wine. I drink wine too. But so it's one of those things. When we go like to one spot that has both, and we'll figure it out. But some good spots to get.
Absolutely.
I cut us off.
Yep.
Now we can go back to
We could go back now. Okay.
what's happening this weekend.
I'm going back to Patty LaBelle.
Patty LaBelle.
I mean, Patty LaBelle's at the Coronado this Saturday, and then
Huge.
Sunday at the Coronado. Coronado's like awesome.
Yes.
So, are you guys a big fan of Boston Legal? Denny Crane, William Shatner.
Okay.
You're a fan of William Shatner is going to be here in Rockford on stage at the Coronado Sunday,
No way.
and he is going to be doing a behind-the-scenes talk of the greatest Star Trek movie ever made, Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, and then they're going to play The Wrath of Khan on the stage. Right there.
Really?
They're going to have a projected movie on the stage at the Coronado, and tickets are like as cheap as $43.
Wow.
And you're getting like a spoken word question and answer thing with William Shatner on stage and then watching a 2-hour movie. I mean,
That's pretty good.
It's not too bad. So
Yeah, no
like
kidding.
we did a little Rockford on a Sunday night, so I'm pretty excited about that. Told you guys about
I've never
Poison
watched
Ivy.
Star Trek.
No? Louis Tap House Friday night. If you're not into the acoustic scene over at Poison Ivy, go over to Louis Tap House. That girl is playing 70s Dance Party.
Oh.
And they're starting at 7 p.m. Hononegah High School's homecoming.
This
Belvedere
weekend.
North is coming. They're going. My daughter's going to her boyfriend's homecoming this year. She already graduated. So good luck to Emily and James. The Best of Beloit Vintage Mall at 10 a.m. on Saturday is going to have Kristen Toon. She's a 17-year-old recording artist that's playing at the Best of Beloit Vintage Mall. And if you haven't been there, they
I
have
haven't.
all kinds of crazy stuff there. So definitely a place to go walk around, find some pieces for your house. Really cool place to hang out. And then one of our favorite local spots in town, we did a podcast from there after the Vine, has
Yes.
Spare Change playing on Sunday from 2 to 5. It's a duo. They do country bluegrass type music,
All right.
acoustic. So that's what I've got going. What did you find, Josh?
There's a paranormal tour at the Tinker Swiss Cottage.
Oh,
I know we've
Lord.
talked about that a couple
That
times.
place is haunted.
It is.
That is going to be an epic.
And then
If you're into that, go.
And then if you're into Hocus Pocus, they have a Hocus Pocus trivia and paint night at the Pottery Barn or Pottery Lounge. Sorry,
Pottery Lounge. Where's Pottery Lounge? I've never heard of this place.
It's called Google.
Google? Interesting. Well, we just gave Pottery Lounge a plug.
You never heard of them?
Never
So
heard of them. There we
Google
go.
Pottery
The
Lounge.
Pottery Lounge is at 6059 East State Street.
Huh.
There you go.
And they're going to have a
Hocus
Pocus
Pocus and
That'd be close
paint.
to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm 55.
It's probably like right in that one of those shopping centers right there.
There you go. I never knew about it. Interesting. Very cool. Anything else? Anything you want to throw this weekend?
Any big events happening at Flow here in the next coming months?
We don't have anything going at Flow, but we do drop new cookie flavors Friday. So for you pumpkin fans.
Is it every Friday you drop?
Every Friday. Two new flavors every Friday.
2 new flavors.
Ooh.
And this drops at 1 o'clock Friday.
So
So if
if-
you're listening to this, there's a new cookie over at
And
Pumpkin
if you
cheesecake.
there you go.
Pumpkin
cheesecake. Ooh.
Might have to stop in for some of that. I do want to give one more shout out. I want to do a shout out to Ginger and Brad over at Fair Trades Maintenance and Inspections. I called them up for a home inspection. It's a busy time right now. They got my client in right away. That was my Saturday morning inspection. They do a phenomenal job, and they also do handyman services. So, I mean,
Okay.
you could always use a good handyman, and I've used them multiple times for my clients for home inspections. And I just want to say thank you for treating my clients like family. That's all.
All right. On that note, I think we'll wrap it up this week. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
What other
We got-
whiskey does George have in the cabinet?
We have
That's right.
Oh, he's dying on us. George
next week
Chansky.
is we got what 2 more episodes this season?
We've got 2 more episodes this season. Next week we have a special on location segment.
Yes, we do.
And-
And then our season finale
And
right
our
back
season
here.
finale right back here. And I also want to remind everybody, please do the YouTube things. Like, share, subscribe. Podcast things, same thing. Wherever you listen to podcasts, we are there. As soon as our episode drops, Spotify, Apple, they all let me know it came up. So wherever you listen to a podcast, you can find us. But it's always more fun watching the video on YouTube.
Yes. All right. Until next week. Thanks,
guys.
guys.
Thank you.